Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land. And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites, of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab, and continued there. And Elimelech and Pelaspan died, and she was left, and her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them, and the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband.
We see that during the time of Judges, there was a famine that occurred in Bethlehem, which was part of the land of Judah. Remember that Judah was one of the sons of Jacob or Israel. During the period of Judges, Israelites have no king during this time. There is no true leader to guide them after the death of Joshua. It is believed that Israel is ruling over their enemy, Moab, at this time. Elimelech takes his wife, Naomi, and his 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion, to Moab. Elimelech dies, leaving Naomi, Mahlon, and Chilion in Moab. Mahlon and Chilion marry 2 Moab women, Orpah and Ruth. They all live in Moab about 10 years, until both Mahlon and Chilion die. Naomi and her 2 daughter-in-laws, Orpah and Ruth, are left alone with any males in their household. Remember, Moab was founded by the children of a drunk Lot and his daughters after destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Verse 6, Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah.
Naomi was working in a field when she heard that the famine was over in Bethlehem. Giving them bread in verse 6 indicates that the famine was over and God is now providing for Bethlehem, since the people of Judah repented of their sins and re-established their relationship with God. Naomi, along with Orpah and Ruth, left Moab to journey back to Bethlehem, which was Naomi's homeland.
Verse 8, And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law,
Go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead, and with me. The Lord grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband.
Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice, and wept.
Naomi is telling her daughter-in-laws, Orpah and Ruth, to go back to their mother's house with God's blessing. She is appreciative of them dealing with the death of her sons and with her. She wants both of them to get remarried in order to live a good life. She kissed both of them goodbye, resulting in both Orpah and Ruth crying.
Verse 10, And they said unto her,
Surely we will return with thee unto thy people.
And Naomi said,
Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters. Go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope. If I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me.
And they lifted up their voice, and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her.
Naomi wants Orpah and Ruth to return back to Moab. She questions why they want to follow her. Naomi tells them that she is too old to remarry and have sons for them to wed. She encourages them again to leave her and find husbands in order to be happy. Orpah and Ruth tried again. Orpah kissed Naomi and is leaving to go back to Moab, but Ruth is staying by Naomi's side.
Verse 15. And she said,
Behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people, and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law.
And Ruth said,
Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest, will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me.
Verse 18. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her.
After Orpah leaves and heads back to Moab, Naomi again begs Ruth to return back to Moab. Ruth tells her that she will stay with her until death. Do them part as indicated in verses 16 and 17. Naomi takes Ruth with her since she knows that she will not be able to change her mind. This shows Ruth's devotion to stay with Naomi and take care of her.
Verse 19. So they two went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them. And they said, Is this Naomi? And she said unto them,
Call me not Naomi, call me Mara. For the Almighty hath dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and the Lord hath brought me home again empty. Why then call ye me Naomi, seeing the Lord hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me?
Verse 22. So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabites, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest.
Naomi and Ruth arrive at Bethlehem at the beginning of barley harvest. The people in Bethlehem recognize Naomi. Due to her loss of her husband and her sons after leaving Bethlehem, she told them to call her Mara since God allowed her to experience great loss. This is the end of Ruth chapter 1.